Hey, good morning, everybody. Crypto Mentor 99. How you doing? Hey, it's July the 6th, 2018, late morning, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do any videos today because I don't like just to do a video and talk about the prices on CoinMarketCap or some goofy thing like that. But I'm going to dedicate this video to John Moore. Jon Moore, Moore. We are following each other on Twitter, and he just posted. Again, I'm not a friend of his, but we connect on Twitter. He put a tweet up that said, "Hey, I'm going to paraphrase. I'm going to keep it clean." He said, "Really disappointed in the banking system. I just deposited a certified check, and the bank that I deposited it at said I cannot get the funds out till July the 17th. That's all that I know about the tweet." And that reminded me of a story that happened last year that I just wanted to share that is somewhat similar to John Moore. So was it last year? No, probably 2016. I saw a video and the guy was really dogging the Fiat system and the banks. And, he said, "I challenge you, go to your bank and see if you could write a $3,000 or $4,000 check and get cash." So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this because I think what this guy's saying is goofy and, I don't know, it just didn't hit me right. I'm like, for those of you that, most of you don't know me in real life, but I'm just a normal guy. I don't go around looking for conspiracies. There's not a conspiracy around every corner. When I talk to my peers or those younger than me, conspiracies don't come up. We don't talk about what's wrong with the world and politics. It's just, you know what I mean? So I'm not one of those guys. But I said to Mrs. Crypto Mentor 99, I'm like, you know what? I just saw this video, hon, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, go ahead. So I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. So the guy in the video said, "Hey, see if you could write a $3,000 or $4,000 check and get the cash back at your local bank." So I said, "Okay, I'm going to go a little lower than that. I'm going to write myself a $2,500 check. Go to the bank and ask for the funds to be given to me in $100 bills or 50s, whatever." So I'm driving to the bank and I'm like, I'm not going to have any problem getting this money out. Our account is higher than that, obviously, or else the check would bounce. We've banked there 15 years, 13 years. A couple of times a year I buy Subway sandwiches for all the ladies, for all the tellers and all the workers. So I have a relationship with them. I just like doing that. That's the type of guy I am. So I take the check, and I'm really good at acting like Forrest Gump, just kind of playing dumb, which I wasn't sure if I was going to have to do that when I got to the counter. So I slipped the lady across the desk, or the teller window, the check with my driver's license. And she looks at it, and this was a young lady that had waited on me 50 other times. And she looked at me and said, "Did you call ahead?" And then I went into my Forrest Gump. I'm like, "What do you mean, did I call ahead?" She's like, "Well, this is a lot of money for someone to get cash back." I'm like, "Oh." Inside, I'm shocked. I'm like, but on the outside, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Like, what should I do? It's like, well, let me go get the manager. And I know the manager. She's waited on me 100 times. And she came over and said, you know, Mr. So-and-so, I could do it this time, but the next time you do this, you have to give us, if it's $2,500, you have to give us 3 to 5 working days in order to secure the funds. And I'm like, what? This is like a regional bank. This is not some podunk town. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I went home, told Mrs. Crypto Mentor 99, and I ended up just putting the money back in. So 2 weeks later, I'm in Chicago, and I'm having breakfast with a friend. And my friend's like, what's up? And I'm like, gosh, you know what I did the other day? Or tried to do? And they're like, what? I said, you know, I watched a video, and it wasn't even on cryptocurrencies, okay? And I said, you know, they kind of challenged everybody, see if you could go to your bank and take out, you know, write a check for $3,000 or $4,000. And I went 2,500, and they kind of gave me a hard time. They said, well, we could do it this time, but the next time you have to give us 3 to 5 days. So I challenged my friend, who is a high net worth individual, has a business, very successful. So I threw out the challenge. I said, you know, you bank at one of the top 3 banks in Chicago. I said, why don't you write yourself a $5,000 check? Again, this is 2016. I said, why don't you try to write yourself a $5,000 check for cash, go to the bank and see what they say. So they didn't laugh, but they're like, yeah, right, whatever. So I hear back from my friend about 4 days later, and they're like, you won't believe what happened. I'm like, what? They said, I went to the bank the next day with $5,000, and this is what they said. Again, $5,000, this was 2016. They said, Mr. So-and-so, we can give you half the money now. Okay, in other words, we can give you $2,500 now. The balance you're going to have to pick up in 2 to 3 working days. And he's like, it's only $5,000. Again, for a business guy that, you know, is cash flow, I mean, that's like chump change. Okay, not chump change, but, you know, in perspective to someone that works a minimum wage job, I understand that that's a lot of money. So I was shocked, and I'm like, where do you bank? And he's like, so-and-so up in, you know, Chicago. I'm like, dude, that's like a big bank. Like, they don't have $5,000 to give you. And they also said, because he's been banking there forever, 25, 35 years maybe. And they told him, if he ever wanted to cash a check, they just kind of said, if you want to do this again, and if the check is between 5,000 and 10,000, you're going to have to give us between 5 and 10 working days to get you the cash. And when my friend told me that, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to bash anybody, the government or whatever, but those are 2 Scouts Honor banking stories. Mine happened 2016. Was it the fall? And my friend's was a little bit later, maybe, I don't know, still 2016. I'm guessing maybe October-ish, end of September, but you get the point. So anyhow, John Moore, my Twitter buddy, I feel your pain. And again, I hope everybody's having a good Friday morning wherever you are in the world. I hope you had a good week. But yeah, that's my little banking story. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.